Q51. Dolby India is a party to 5 major international conventions related to wildlife conservation. Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora CITES, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, International Whaling Commission, IWC, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, World Heritage Committee, UNESCO, WHC, Convention on Migratory Species, CMS. Q52. A Statement 1 is correct. As per RBI policy, a loan is considered NPA as it has not been serviced for 90 days, i.e. either principal or interest has been overdue for more than 90 days. Statement 2 is incorrect. Stressed assets is a larger term that includes NPA, restructured loans and written-off debt, i.e. stressed assets equals NPAs plus restructured loans plus written-off assets. Q53. The idea of Day Zero has been introduced by the City of Cape Town to focus everyone's attention on managing water consumption as tightly as possible. It refers to a day when the piped water supply will be cut off from cities owing to critically low availability of water. Hence, residents will have to stand in line to collect 25 liters of water per person per day. It will be a global first for a major city. Since then, experts have also warned against the threat of Day Zero for cities like Bangalore, Mexico City, Beijing and Cairo. Q54. Recently, Border Security Force BSF personnel detected a fifth since 2012 cross-border tunnel in the forest area of Jammu, which has intensified the demand for CIDMs. So the BSF plans to put up a comprehensive integrated border management system, CIDMs, in areas along the India-Bangladesh border, where it is difficult to put up a fence due to the nature of the terrain, as well as check cross-border infiltration and smuggling. So CIDMs is an integration of a number of new gadgets and technologies to ensure electronic surveillance of borders. These provide feeds to BSF personnel at the border outposts, where monitors would be installed. It is a robust and integrated system that is capable of addressing the gaps in the present system of border security by seamlessly integrating human resources, weapons, and high-tech surveillance equipment. 15. www.vision is. Copyright Vision IACE. So it has 3 main components: new high-tech surveillance devices such as sensors, detectors, cameras, etc., as well as existing equipment for round-the-clock surveillance of the international border. An efficient and dedicated communication network including fiber optic cables and satellite communication for transmitting data gathered to command and control center to which the data will be transmitted, providing a composite picture of the international border. Q55. Though all the statements are correct, those so conceded illustrate the basic attributes of Gamma: compassion, daya, charity, dana, truthfulness, purity and gentleness. So Ashoka's Gamma emphasized to promote the harmonious life both in the family and community. He considered the family as the ideal nucleus for development of Gamma. Joe Pillar Edict II asks subjects to control violence, cruelty, anger, and envy. So Rock Edict I calls for a ban on animal sacrifice and festive gatherings. So another important aspect of Gamma was the generation of mutual respect among people belonging to different sects and religious communities. Gamma did not propagate one belief, and this aspect demonstrates religious toleration. Q56. Between flame, overland flow of running water causes sheet erosion. Depending upon the regularities of the land surface, the overland flow may concentrate into narrow to wide paths. Because of the sheer friction of the column of flowing water, minor or major quantities of materials from the surface of the land are removed in the direction of flow, and gradually small and narrow rills will form. These rills will gradually develop into long and wide gullies. The gullies will further deepen, widen, lengthen and unite to give rise to a network of valleys. In the early stages, downcutting dominates, during which irregularities such as waterfalls and cascades will be removed. In the middle stages, streams cut their beds slower, and lateral erosion of valley sides becomes severe. Gradually, the valley sides are reduced to lower and lower slopes. The divides between drainage basins are likewise lowered until they are almost completely flattened, leaving finally a lowland of faint relief with some low-resistant remnants called monadnocks standing out here and there. This type of plain forming as a result of stream erosion is called a peneplain, an almost plain. Peneplains, pediments and peneplains are erosional landforms developed by action of wind. Landscape evolution in deserts is primarily concerned with the formation and extension of pediments. Gently inclined rocky floors close to the mountains that bear foot with or without a thin cover of debris are called pediments. Such rocky floors form through the erosion of mountain front through a combination of lateral erosion by streams and sheet flooding. Dome erosion starts along the steep margins of the landmass or the steep sides of the tectonically controlled steep incision features over the landmass. Once pediments are formed with a steep wash slope followed by cliff or free face above it, the steep wash slope and free face retreat backwards. This method of erosion is termed as parallel retreat of slopes through backlasting. So, through parallel retreat of slopes, the pediments extend backwards at the expense of mountain front, and gradually, the mountain gets reduced leaving an inselberg which is a remnant of the mountain. That's how the high relief in desert areas is reduced to low featureless plains called pedoplains. Doline, sink or sinkhole is a closed depression draining underground in karst areas and erosional landform produced by action of groundwater. Q57.A Ecological resilience, also called ecological robustness, is the ability of an ecosystem to maintain its normal patterns of nutrient cycling and biomass production after being subjected to damage caused by an ecological disturbance. Capability of an ecosystem to tolerate disturbance and restoring itself is known as resilience. It is defined broadly as the capacity of a dynamic ecosystem to respond to a disturbance by resisting damage and recovering quickly. For examples, resilience against fires, floods, deforestation, etc. 16 www